welcome. How are we all doing? Namaste. So we're at the wigwam again. I've just gone to feed the fox. It did a poo next to, apparently that's the thing that they do, did a poo next to where I left the food, so that's like a sign that it's his territory. Unless it was a dog, but I presume it was the fox. So I've took him some tuna today. It's actually out of date, but I read online that you can actually use it. It's a few years out of date. As long as it's not, the tin's not rusty, and when you open it, doesn't smell too off or anything like that, and it looks like a decent colour or whatever. But when I opened the tin, it just looked like it was fresh. So I thought, because I don't like to throw food away, so I just kept it anyway, just in case. Because apparently tin food can last, I think, 5 years or longer, as long as bacteria hasn't got in there. So I'm not recommending it for anyone to do that, but it is for the wildlife, for the fox, so it's better than him starving to death. So I thought I'd take some tuna because that will keep him going for a bit. I'm not able to come every day. I've got other commitments with family and things like that, and also I've got other places to work on. So I don't like staying in the same place too long because you get recognised, and it's not a good thing when people know your routine when you're a grid worker. But I'm prepared today. I've brought, because it was such a lovely place to do a grid, I came back here, and I was thinking it'd be nice to do a fairy grid here. So I brought my fairies. I brought my fairy deck by Karen Kay. It's called Oracle of the Fairies. And also I brought my dragons. I'll show you the grid in a second. Oh, that's just reminded me, I've got one more dragon with me that I haven't placed out on the grid, so I'll do that. So we're inputting some love into this area today. I've got my rose quartz and pyrite, so I've got my abundance stones as well, because we want abundance in the area. So just pull a card. Message for us today. Ooh, protection. So I'll definitely place protection around this area. It's been a big theme lately. We need to keep our auras protected when we go out each day. You can always visualise protective shield. It says the fairies of protection are shielding you with a magical fairy ring of love and light. Practice psychic protection before embarking upon spiritual work. Great reminder there for us. I actually really like that card. The colours are fantastic. And the circle, they're in a lovely circle. Beautiful. So we'll just quickly read that. It says the fairy of protection are forming a powerful fairy ring of light around you or someone close to you, providing the extra boost of protection that's needed right now. If you're especially sensitive or empathic, you might find yourself picking up vibes from places or people around you. These may include unpleasant vibes as well as good ones. And this is where the fairies of protection come in, because their ring of rainbow light acts as a protective shield from any unwanted energies. When we're psychically open, we act as a beacon and can attract different types of energy. Some of these energies may be unwanted, so the fairies of protection remind you to use psychic protection when undertaking any kind of spiritual work or meditation, and will give you their own protection too. This card is also a reminder to make sure you're spiritually grounded which can add an extra layer of psychic protection. Oh, that's interesting, because I picked up a pine cone that's good for grounding, and that's on the grid on the way. Blah blah blah. A simple way to use this is to visualise a long tree root growing from the base of your spine and going deep down into the earth. The protection from a fairy ring of rainbow light can give you more confidence during your spiritual practice and meditation. So if you need an extra layer of spiritual security, ask the fairies of protection to provide it. The fairies might also be nudging you to protect someone else spiritually or psychically, but also ask permission before assisting anyone. It's important to remember that we all have free will and the right to choose whether or not we'd like any spiritual help. Very interesting. I really like this card, so I'm going to place this card on the grid after, I think. So it's interesting, it's not, it keeps dropping down the card. I'll just take some photos with it on. So it's interesting, the fairies are in the way I've done the grid. There's 3 of them hanging around the tree like a protection thing. So I'll just show you this grid, and here's the grid. It looks a bit like, watch my finger. So they've got like pink, green and purple and gold going on here. So we are putting some love into the area and abundance again, because we've got the pyrite. Also working with the dragon energy. I forgot to get my other dragon out, but I think I'll leave it now because the grid's already working and I'm leaving shortly. So we've got my honeycomb ruby dragon working on the ley lines. That dragon is associated with love and compassion. We've got some aura quartzes, unicorn aura. I'm not sure of all of the aura quartzes names. We've got pink aura at the back. We've got the sacred geometry star. Amplify the energy. We've got another star at the back. I can't go all the way around because I don't want to put my shoes back on and I don't want to walk in the mud. We've got Himalayan quartz there, salt rock quartz, pyrite around the edges. We've got raw rose quartz. We've got some lavender that I picked up on the way. We've got the fern, pieces of fern, because fern works wonderful with the fairies. It's associated, in ancient times, it's associated with the fairies. Got a bird feather that I picked up on the way. Also some sage for protection, so interesting how I picked that one up as well on the way. The higher self must have known. And lepiodite, I could always get that mixed up, hard to say. And I put some, I've got a rose as well from my garden, some rose petals, and I placed some sunflower seeds on the grid, and some mealworms for the birds. So that's the grid. So we're working on abundance in the area again, and love with that rose quartz, beautiful rose quartz imported in, printing some love into the area. So I activate this grid for love and abundance for the area, and protection, the rainbow shield protection from the fairies, and help with the dragons on the ley lines. Beautiful. I'm smiling because there's a little robin. Wildlife always recognise the language of light. So there's a little robin who's, luckily, I'm glad he's coming closer because there's lots of mealworms on this grid. He'll love it when I've gone. So that's wonderful. So there's a couple of rainbow light codes that came through, and then the sun went, so I just did some mudras after, just going with the flow. So that would be for our light body, the protective rainbow shield. And it will work on all the chakras because it had all the colours of the rainbow. So anyway, thank you for joining me today. Thank you for your likes, comments and shares. It helps with the algorithm. And I'd like to thank all my subscribers. Welcome. And all my new subscribers. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Remember to protect your energy field and put your boundaries up. So have a beautiful, blessed day. Namaste. See you all soon.